What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us here on Flat Card Mafia on a Sunday night. I appreciate everyone that comes on here and spends their Sunday with us. We're getting really close to uh, the beginning of the season here. I know some of you guys are already racing. Um, Mother Nature's kind of beating us up here, so um, it looks promising though in the next week or so that maybe we'll be able to hit the track and get ready. So it might get some of you guys a little bit more time just to get your machines tuned in and get them ready. It's going to be a long season, extremely long. We race all the way to October, sometimes a little bit into November, weather pending. I know one track here. I know Jug said that they were hoping to maybe open up this next upcoming weekend. But man, we have got a lot of rain the last couple days here, and talked to Jarrett yesterday, and it said the track was really holding water. So let's hope that next few weeks we get it cleared up, and Mother Nature gets starts becoming a race fan and starts to let us go out and race, and us guys go have fun. Yesterday, I was over my son's house working on the carts, and man, I had him and I and another guy, Dustin Olson, that's usually on here. He man, we had a good conversation yesterday about go kart racing and the dirt side of it, and how the payout here up north here is not a whole lot. You compare it to the ones that are down south. Some of those down south ones, man, are thousands and thousands of dollars, and you get up here and they're nowhere near it, and could never figure out why. Just never figure out why it's like that. And then we got on another conversation too of road course racing carts. The guys and the girls that come out of there are go on to bigger and better things, and bigger promotions, and like F1 and F2 and F3 and Indy and even NASCAR and stuff. And we just had a big debate, and like why dirt doesn't get the recognition that it should when it comes to the go-kart side. It's kind of like the little stepchild of the racing community, sometimes it feels like. And also that it also there's guys that are on this side that just, I personally think that sometimes it just gives a bad name to this side of it, and in other organizations that do it. And it's sad, because I think this is a great sport, and obviously I know a bunch of people that run dirt and go-kart and stuff, and it's a very small community. I'd love to get it to get bigger, and trying to figure out ways to get in more and more involved and make it grow. And I think it all starts with a lot of these backyard tracks like River Valley Speedway. I talked to John last week, and he's made some significant changes to his track, and I think he said he was going to run a limited schedule. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And you got CJ down there at CJ Speedway. He's got a nice facility, and he runs a big schedule for him and his guys there in the backyard community. But it all starts there, and then it grows out and it gets to these other tracks. Like Greg Cleary down there, and down that way, and like Circleville, he's got two brothers, a very nice facility down there. And you start jumping up to these other ones like that, and Jug and Limestone and Dixie Hollow, and all these other tracks around here. Musk Kingdom is another one that you would think that the community would be bigger and the support would be bigger. I mean, I just sit here and we talk, and we have so many tracks in this short distance at where we are, and they're all great tracks. They're all fun to drive. Big, small. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, they're all there. Guys like CJ and River Valley and all those, they open their doors to guys and let them come down there and race and have fun, and they try to make it exciting and stuff. And it's got to be tough on them. And when we built this platform here, that's kind of how we did it. Was we took it as we wanted you guys to see, coming from the owners part of it, what they've got to go through just for us to show up and go be boys and be little kids again and have fun and go race it. But it all starts with those guys, and then we get into the bigger tracks, and just trying to figure out why we can't get big races here every now and then and big payouts. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. I mean, some guys are, some guys aren't. But we just had that conversation yesterday, and it was just very interesting. If you guys want to chime in and I'd love to know what you guys thought of it and kind of debate it a little bit. Oh, looks like we got Shane in here now. Oh, there he is.
Hey, do you hear me all right? Hey, you hear me all right?
Yeah, hear you perfect.
All right, good. Yeah, sorry I'm a little late. We rushed home.
No, you're all right. I was just sitting here I was over at Trevor's yesterday, and we had a conversation. It wasn't a debate or anything like that. We were just talking with Dustin Olson on here about, if you look down your way, all those tracks down your way, man, are all like big money races.
Oh yeah,
thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah,
and then you come up here, and some of the racing up here is, I mean, don't quote me on it, but I've seen some are like $500 to win, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which is all great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we were talking in general of like how there's not a big money race here in Ohio, and there's so many great tracks here, right? And why can you not get it to come here and stuff like that? And why is it all down south? And I kind of understand the cyclone part of it. Everybody likes to go clone racing.
Yeah.
But, up here, man, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, I think, like you just said too, when it comes to what you guys are running up there to what's running down here, and what's bringing in the viewers, and what's bringing in the audience, what's bringing in the numbers of the carts and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get the numbers of carts. I think you can get big money races up there too, but what comes with big money races also comes with a higher admission rates, higher what do you call that? Entry fees.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I see that part of it. You know what I mean? Because yeah, sure. You mean that offsets some of some, or if not some of the cost of the payout, right? But I mean, the thing is like, why could you not do it here?
Oh, you can. I wouldn't see why you couldn't.
You know what I mean? Like, why could it not be done here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
maybe somebody just hasn't done it.
And we thought about that too when we were talking about that. And after I left the house and was off the phone with Dustin, and I left the Trevor's house, and I was thinking about that too, you know. But just think about the planning, finding the right track to do it, getting the track to be on board with it, and finding the sponsorship to do it.
Yeah.
And trying to get it out there. Imagine what it would cost or the time that it would take that person or those
Yeah.
persons to put that together. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
think you see those tracks down there that always do it down there.
Yeah.
They're always at the same track, right? Like
Hmm.
they come back to the same track.
Yeah.
Finding one here to do that would be, I think, would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, and like you're saying though, I mean, who's tried it yet? Has anybody tried it? Has anybody is
I
like, you
don't.
know what? We're gonna just dedicate this day to, I don't know, a stock class or whatever class, and we're going to just drop 3 grand into the winter.
Well,
And the numbers will come.
well, I think the problem up here is that every track has kind of basically a different set of rules. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
you would have to be kind of like your own governing body, and you
Yeah.
would have to come up with those rules for whatever classes you wanted, and then
Correct.
you would have to try to sell that to a track that would entertain
Hmm.
that the interest. And then,
Yeah.
like Dustin's saying, getting the public interest in it, that's hard because I don't think most of the public outside of our general families that go and support us racers and
No.
locally track owners,
No.
I mean, I don't think there's very many people that knows
Mm-mm.
much about this, besides us.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You're not getting fans like you would in the big cars. Like the
Well,
late
it's
models and
not.
stuff like
I
that.
don't even want to. You're right, but I don't want to like compare it to big car racing because you're
It's
not.
not.
You know what I mean? But even I mean that's a perfect example too. Like we had went to a couple races last year, and the wife and I, and you would think that the places would be sold out or almost sold out, and they weren't. Look,
No.
I mean, look when you and I met up there at Muskingum last year when the first race of the year for the sprints, and I
Yeah.
mean it was pretty good
Hmm.
full, but I mean it was not nowhere near sold out.
I've seen it. I've seen it more packed than that.
Oh yeah, sure, I have
Yeah.
too, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that like you need to sell it out. I mean it's just like getting people more interested in what we're doing. How does one person besides what we're doing try to get that out? You know what I mean? Like it's just so difficult.
And getting growing a fan base that's not in a cart. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well, okay.
like
So if you look at this, I'll look at this way. Outside of, well, I guess no, the other ones are by a decent sized town. Little Muskie's got Zanesville nearby it.
yeah, but it's
Um,
I mean
I'm
Judd
thinking
is
of
not
try. I'm
really
thinking of
not that far away from Columbus. I mean it's nearly
no, no.
finished.
I'm thinking like if I'm going to take my family somewhere, I'm living in Columbus. I'm probably not driving all the way to there. I'm going to go within a small radius, of about 10, 20 minutes, if that, to go. So like, yeah, I'll just use like Zanesville to Little Muskie. Um, how far how far in that radius are you looking to drive as like just a casual fan? You might drive a little bit further. What's drawing you in outside of the racing? You know what I mean? Is there a great 50-50 drawing? Is there giveaways? Is there what's drawing them in also to outside the racing?
Yeah, but I get that, and that's a good
Uh,
point. It really is. It's a very valid point, right?
yeah.
But okay, let me put it this. Let me give you this way. Okay, so have you ever been to Eldora?
No, I haven't been there. No,
Okay,
personally, no.
so like I've been to Eldora numerous times, and I love
Mhm.
Eldora. And I hate using like the big tracks as a
Well, you have to.
example, but you have to, right?
You have
So
to. Yeah.
like the first time we ever went to Eldora, and they have a 50-50 there, which they don't publicize it. But the 50-50 was
Hmm.
$75,000 was your half. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
Hmm.
but they don't publicize, so you don't know that. So that means
Hmm.
that would not like be like I would not be like a thing that would draw me to that track just for that. I would
Hmm.
I mean I guess it's the racing for me, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like a family, a young family, or in your situation, a family is like, how do you get people how do you get people interested into this sport, and
Correct.
how do you get it out there? You know, I guess that's kind of how you look. And I was going to say in the beginning, I think it all starts, you know, with the small backyard tracks like
Hmm.
River Valley and like PJ Speedway and all these other little tracks that are around that are in somebody's backyard. Is it all starts there? But how do we grow it to get it to people like Jug Run, Two Brothers? You know what I mean? How do we get more people involved and get them out there? Like Two Brothers does a great thing down there for the ALS, right?
Hmm.
They do that big
So,
race down there. It's huge. You know what I mean? So
so
how could we, as a racing family and a racing community, not go support that and try to push everybody there? You know what I mean? That, I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at.
So I guess this is where we use the platform that we're creating right now, and then we've been we're focused on a lot of the drivers as the drivers, the tracks, and stuff like that. And I've always told you I'm a big fan experience type person because we do whenever we show up track we have a large fan base with aunts and uncles and parents and stuff like that
Right.
showing up, and you know one nice thing about the juggling and their bleachers and stuff. And they said, we like to sit here. We just like enjoy the racing and stuff. Okay, that's great. Also, too, they got a really nice concession stand. Parking is easy. It's easy to get in and get out. So, what are some of these other tracks are going to provide that is a parking great? Is there vendors vending snack stands available? What are they charging, or is it free? It's little things like that. Do they have grandstands, or do you need to bring your own lawn chairs?
Well,
Because there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with bringing your own lawn chairs.
I think
Uh,
once you get outside of the backyard tracks,
yes.
you know, I'm not saying every backyard track's that way, but I'm just saying, like, I think once you get out of the backyard tracks part of it,
Yeah.
I think that you get into what you're saying. You know, but I guess the question is how do I get more people to be interested in this kind of racing, but
Uh-huh.
go support the backyard tracks that are
Correct.
open for those guys to go
Correct.
run, and then as they grow and they get, you know, then they come out. You know, I guess that's what that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out. Like how
Yeah.
do we get it out there?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, what we got there is John put up something there. John,
Yeah, John.
he's putting his own money. Okay, big there. So that's awesome. Big money is put up. Is big money races going to draw in the fans? Yeah, I think they would if they know. Okay, we'll use when the Lucas shows up at Muskingum. That place is packed.
Well,
Because
I don't even want to,
but they're bringing in big name people though too.
but this is the thing, dude. I get that, and but I'm just saying, without using that as an example, right? How do we, as what we're doing, you and I,
Yeah.
and River Valley and the hangout there, how do we get these platforms, and how do we spread the word to get more people involved? Because like every day, I mean, I work with Dustin Olson. If nobody's ever caught on here yet, but I work
Yeah.
with him, right? So he is a big time race fan. He's raced before. This is his first year racing, right? And I got him into it, you know, just by talking. He's into the kart side of it, right? And
Yeah.
he has jumped into it with 2 feet, right? And how do we keep building on that momentum now? Now
Well,
that we got people, how do we get them more involved, and how do we keep growing the sport, and how do we end up, and what it all leads back to is the beginning of the conversation. How do we get more people into it, and that we have big money races like John's, like River Valley? He's saying that, you know, this Dusty Davis guy, which I would love to talk to him. If he wants to reach out and put that together, John, I'd appreciate it. But he's saying that he's putting up his own $250 is up for grabs, or $2,500 is up for grabs. Why can we not get people and like smaller companies, local businesses, to 50
Put
bucks
up.
here or $100 here, because it all adds up, right? And
Well,
that's their night to shine. So how do we get that to become bigger and bigger and have one big giant race at the end of the year, like the Ohio whatever run for the championship or whatever you would call it, and have one big race? You know what I mean? Like, because
the old dash for cash.
yeah, the old dash for cash. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I would love for something like that happen, but
I guess you'd have to just start knocking on doors, making phone calls, and finding
I
out.
mean, yeah, I
Especially,
mean,
especially like if you're looking for I know dealing with like sponsorships and dealing with stuff like looking for help. Okay, guys, get out. I guess one of my kids just pooped in the bathtub.
oh God.
Oh my goodness. So, anywho,
Well,
yes.
Shane,
Give me about 5 minutes.
that was not the answer I was looking for. But hey, I'll give you a valid A for effort. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's a valid A for effort. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that is so a valid A for effort. And
Yeah.
I really think that you should give that child an award for a participation trophy or something, because maybe they couldn't make it to the tour. I don't know what happened. I don't want to know. That's the greatest thing ever.
Well, I just know that two of them came running out of the bathroom and goes, "Avy just pooped in the bathtub," and I'm like, "Oh." So we're in our bathroom. We've got one of these the big garden tubs, right,
Right.
with the jets and stuff. So it's easier to just throw them all in there, get them all babed up, and get them out. So they jumped out of there. You ever seen what's that movie, Caddyshack?
Yes, love
They
Caddyshack.
just all jumped out of the tub,
But
running.
it was a baby Ruth floating in
No.
the pool, and Dookie, and they yelled, and they all got out. Yeah, and then you got Bill Murray there cleaning it up with his squeegee, and he picks it up and takes a bite.
Yeah,
it's so great. It's so great. But please tell me that the jets were not on.
The jets were on. There was no jets involved. It just it would go through the pump.
Oh my God, that'd be so bad. That'd be so bad.
Well,
oh God, that'd be
it's
so
getting
bad.
drained now. So then, guess what I'm doing after this show? Take care of this. Yeah. Well, I'll just let it drain out, and maybe it'll swirl down the bathtub.
You're right.
Well, she's. I think it's under control now. Mama got them out, desanitizing them, spraying them down with Lysol. Yeah, there we go. So, oh my goodness, oh what it's like to have young kids. It's all fun, but no, but advertising is a huge key. Doing stuff like, I don't know, promotions of hats and shirts and stuff like that. We was doing that a little bit with John out there at River Valley for his Halloween Havoc race. People loved shirts. People love free stuff, stickers. And if they get something like that as a fan giveaways, we could do something. I'd like to even do that, something like that on our show, give away a hat, a shirt, or whatever. Crap like that, man. They're like, oh yeah. They'll hear about it and they'll talk about it, and they'll, more inclined to watch, visit, see, So that's just my thought process. If I'm looking as a casual fan.
Okay, so let's do this. Shane. How about everybody that's on here, and they get their friends and their karting friends that all have carts. How about they all go over to the Flat Cart Mafia, right? And after the show tonight, I'll post, like, let's post their carts, right?
Yeah.
Everybody post their rides,
Yeah.
and we will have it to where it'll be. I'll see if I can't do a poll, and we'll pick and we'll let the people pick who has the best one, and
I
then
like it.
we'll get their address and we'll send them a free hat.
Free hat. I like it.
You like
I
that?
like it. I
That's
love it.
exactly what we'll do.
I love it. Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, we'll run that for what until the next show. We'll announce the winner
We'll
next week
do it. Yep, we'll do it until we'll start it
tonight.
just right after the show. I'll figure out how to do it. It'll be up by tomorrow, and then we'll do it all week, and then we'll end it on Friday, and then we'll on the next show we'll have a winner.
So yeah, there we go. We'll do that, and then comes in the race season. Heck, if there's an event at Two Brothers, or we pick River Valley, we pick Jug or whatever, we can even do a free entry night
Yeah.
on a.
Well,
we'll put names in a hat. We'll draw it. Hey, you got a free entry to this race this weekend.
So you're not up here. So when I went to Thunderbolt for their opening night, I don't know if I told you or not, but we sponsored a kid to race. We paid for his entry into the race.
We could do
I don't know who that kid was. I let the lady that was doing the stuff for Blake, I let them do it. Pick the person. He picked somebody.
We'll do that.
And that's kind of how we did it.
That's how we can contribute.
Yeah. And I'm just like, we always preach on here, let's build the community and let's get people to go and fill all these tracks. I don't care if it's a backyard track. I don't care if it's a big track. I just want good racing. And I wanted to see it grow, but at some point in time, I want to see that one big dash for cash. You know what I mean? Like everything down your way is clone. Everything down your way is clone. Why can we not do a dash for cash predator? That's what. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's what we want. Because everything north of you. Like what is it? Kentucky and north is all mostly predator.
I think it is. When I look into it, because I'm even still looking. I haven't had, as I said, I haven't had a chance, but we've been nonstop ever since we moved down here on the weekends. I mean, you know that for a fact. I mean,
right. And I know clones still here I know it's still up north. There's still a clone here.
Oh yeah, there's still clones. Yeah.
I mean,
but
there's nothing wrong with clone, but I mean.
I'm at the point down here that even, looking up online and stuff like that, that's all they're running. And then also too, changing tire programs, even for myself down here, it's a completely different tires down here than none of them run bursts. I'm like, well, that sucks.
Right. And it's like, like poor Jake and those guys down at CJ, man. I know he worked his rear end off all week getting that track ready. The Mother Nature coming in and just punched him right in the throat, man. And I felt bad for him. I was going to reach out to him, man, but I was like, man, he's probably peed off already. But he just put on here. I think his opening night is next Saturday.
Yeah, I seen that. that now.
I think if Jug does not run, I think I'm more than likely I'm going to go down and I'm going to support our good buddy down there and just go and watch. I'm not going to race. I'm not ready, but I'll go down there and watch. Are you
gonna be ready the 27th?
I'll be ready. Whenever Jug decides to open up, I'll be ready. I mean, I worked on him yesterday, so like Trevor's pretty much all ready.
Is Joe gonna be ready the 27th?
Dude, I hope. Track looks really good. I got a text late last night from Jarrett, and he said that the track was flooded again. And
no, I know you guys got a lot of rain.
I knew it, man. We had got so much rain up here, so much rain.
Well, I just know that somebody's making their way up that weekend.
Oh, would that be you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna grace us with your presence up here and try to go racing?
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are.
Oh, I'll jump in somebody's cart. I don't care who's this. It's happening.
Yeah.
I might run Addies a little bit. So we'll see.
It's like, I mean, are you just gonna like just come up here like every other weekend and go racing or something?
I know. Probably almost once a month. I do know that.
Yeah, hey man, I'm at least you get to get racing this year. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Well, so we went car shopping yesterday all day. So we finally got ourselves a nice 3-row seat SUV, so
Nice.
we can haul everybody around. That was one of our biggest thing when we go up that way. Um, we were able to haul stuff because the car wasn't cutting it anymore. So, yeah, we're ready to go up there, and I'm
I
ready to
mean,
hop in something and go turn some
you
laps.
you keep going the way you're going, you're going to have a whole pit crew.
I know. I'm
I
done.
mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you pretty much already got a whole pit crew. So I
I
mean,
know. I'm trying. They're even pooping in the bathtub too.
yeah, I mean, they're just party animals, man. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know what
Yeah.
you Georgians down there are doing, but you
Well,
guys live life a little bit different than us
yeah.
civilized people up here.
Well, I'd say
You
so.
guys,
If you look at the, if you look at this picture, I called you earlier today, right? So we went over to Hilton Head today. Just hung out, drove over there. It's an hour and 20 minutes from our house. So it's like, hey, let's go try out Hilton Head. So if you look, let me turn this way. Right there, it's a beached whale that came up. That came up, and so we're over at this tiki bar talking, and a guy goes, "Hey, you guys need to go down that way. There's a beached whale." And we're like, "What?" So we went down there, and sure enough, it's a 36-foot,
oh wow.
yeah, a beach whale that it was still alive, but half of it. So anyway, half of it is buried underneath the sand because it's been there since 5 in the morning.
Really?
So, but yeah, yeah, it was pretty crazy. But anyway, yeah, we're ready to truck up north. We're going to go up there for my daughter's McKinley, my oldest's graduation. We'll be there for that Friday. It's her graduation Saturday morning, her party. Then Saturday afternoon, we're going racing. So
So her is her party that Saturday too?
Saturday morning, yeah, midday. Well, noonish. So
Nice.
and then after that, we'll be up at the track.
So you're going to load the family up in the family truckster and head to the racetrack then?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Going to
oh
pull
yeah,
up in that thing like Clark Griswold at the
yeah.
family picnic.
We're gonna take over the
You know what I
place
mean?
like we usually do when we show
You
up
guys
in
are
mass droves.
going over to Wally World.
Yeah, but no, but yeah,
Headed
as
to
I
Wally
say,
World, you know what I mean?
and as I said, you know, when we're talking about like fans and the fan experience, that's why I've been a huge push for like what is the fan experience when you show up to a track. Um, Seating, where's the best views? Because I think it's fun. I like to. Sometimes I just like to sit and watch them go around. I always thought it'd be neat to put some seat in the infield in the middle. I think that'd be kind of cool, uh, and see how that works out. You know, put like a little bleacher for like I don't know special guest seating. I don't know, or say, hey, I don't know, the class that you're there to watch is running, and you could send the pit crew in the infield for it.
Well, yeah, I mean that would be definitely different and unique for sure. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I'm not a big road course guy. Some people are, you know, I'm not a big F1 guy. I think it's just my personal opinion, but I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from the engineering of the cars or the drivers. This is
Yeah,
not my thing, man. You know, I mean, I originally came up in drag racing and led into this, and I'm just not a big road course guy, and I just want to see this side of the sport just grow, not
yeah,
only for us, you know what I mean? I just
hmm
wish it would be a little bit bigger, and I love it when like people do come up and talk and stuff and want to know how you're doing things and what
hmm
you're doing. But some people are so damn like top secret about stuff. It's just ridiculous.
yeah, yeah, or kind of give you like 10%, just enough to be like, oh, okay,
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking to another driver, yeah. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
mean, I'm not gonna I mean, like if you and I are racing in the same division, I mean, I'm not going to tell you everything. You know, some stuff you got to figure out on your
you got to
own.
figure out on your own. Yeah,
You
I
know what I
understand
mean?
that.
But I mean, like if I'm talking to like a family that's trying to get into it, or a parent trying to get their kid into it,
Mhm.
I mean, for sure, I'm gonna like, hey, this is where you got to go, and this is what you got to do, and
Mhm.
I would help them. I mean, hell, we helped you the first day you were
Yeah.
there. I mean, we didn't know you from Adam,
No, no.
you know.
And as I said, we keep going over that and over that stuff because I think it's extremely important, and that's why I love going over that simple thing of if you see somebody struggling and you've got the knowledge, go over there and help them out because you just don't know what you're going to build after that. Because I'll be
Right.
honest with you, if it wasn't for some of that, we probably would have been. This is way too much for us. It's way over our head. We have no business being here. It's no, pack up, head back, sell the cart, and move on to something different. So, with that being said, yeah, when you see somebody in need, uh, and you can help out, it's a great thing. I like to see that.
Right.
I mean, I know probably, I don't know, a tenth of what I probably should know, but at least I'll use that 10% that I do know and do what I can to help out somebody. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I don't know it all either, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had many conversations with Jake and John Levere.
Hmm.
There's other racers on here that I've talked to, and bumped ideals off of. And I mean, we don't know it all. We don't know it until we try it, for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly. But yeah, no,
I mean,
that's the thing. And it's the same way, going back, circling back to the fans, you know what I mean? Some of the people that I've seen help out were just fans, you know?
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. They're just like you're walking down the pits and somebody's struggling, they hop in, all right, guess what? I stood this, blah, blah, blah. And then now they're in there wrenching.
well, I don't think this is for everybody, but
No.
I mean, if I mean, I don't know how I want to put it. Like, I uh I think if you got in one, the hook is set. Does that make sense?
Oh no, it is. No, it makes perfect sense.
So I mean,
The first time you put that helmet on, you go out there and you hit that throttle, yeah. And if you're not, then
it's not for you.
there's just something wrong. There's something wrong with you.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm just gonna say.
yeah, I mean, but this might be the only stepping stone for somebody to fulfill their childhood dream of just to get out there and race.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that you have to be big time.
Hmm.
There ain't no way in hell I could ever afford to go run a late model or a sprint or anything like that. That's
Yeah.
way out of my price league. I mean, I don't know about the rest of everybody's, but I'm just telling you, there's no way. I mean,
Or
you know what I
even
mean?
like running a four cylinders or stuff like that, man. It's
Oh, for sure.
still expensive.
It's expensive. You know what I
It
mean?
really is. And
So
yeah, keeping I mean, heck, just on the tight budget I had, I try to keep four carts running. I can still do it, but still, um, just to do one, oh yeah, yeah, definitely affordable.
right,
Uh, we
so
looked up parts and stuff like that. Heck, I mean, set of sprockets, what, 10, $20. A new clutch, what, 50, $60.
I think they're like closer to 80. I think,
Yeah, maybe now 80. Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, still,
still, yeah, still. But that'll last you all year.
right, as long as you take care of it
As
and
long as you
don't
take
change
care
the
of it.
internals in it.
Yeah. Oh, try to take them apart and put new springs in it.
Yeah, like somebody I know.
Oh
I
no,
don't know who
that
that would be,
is
but
some dummy that thought he knew better.
right, and got taught a very, very important lesson.
That's still sitting still sitting in the toolbox in pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was so funny because Dustin Olson was having a problem,
Uh-huh.
and I almost called you and like, dude, tell your dad to send me that clutch. I'm going to give it to him. Like, here you go. Figure out how to put it together, and you can run it all year, bud.
If
You know what I mean?
you put it together, you can have
You
it.
can have it because,
Yeah.
man, good luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You needed like 5 hands and two tiny fingers, and it
but
was horrible.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's the like. the family side of it that most people don't ever get to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm sure CJ Speedway. I've talked to Jake numerous
Oh
times.
yeah, love him.
His guys are down there, and those guys are a close knit group. I would probably say. I'm not going to speak for him, but I'm pretty sure they are close knit. Same thing goes for River Valley. He's got his guys, and they're all close knit, right?
Another
And
great group of people.
yeah, and then you got jug run people that are there that are dedicated to jug run, and they're so close knit. You know what I mean?
Another
That group, once you get in that group, you're not getting out of it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's like that for Muskingum and all these other tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the one thing about like Muskingum and stuff like that, they just don't race every weekend, kind of like what a lot of these other tracks do. Or it's like I'll be honest with you, that was last year. The amount of time spent at the track was like something we look forward to. We don't do vacations. We didn't do anything. That was our weekend. And it was our weekend to bond between my daughter and I, my aunts and uncles who came to the track, my father, my mother. It was something that it was. It wasn't put on a calendar like, hey, on the 25th we're doing. No, it was. What are you guys doing this Saturday? Oh, wait, you guys are racing. Or I get text messages. Are you guys racing this weekend? Yeah, we're racing this weekend.
Right.
Oh, cool. We'll be there. Or there's times when I got a message like, "Oh man, I wish you would have told me you weren't racing this weekend," because they would just show up to the track. So that's
right, and
awesome.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's what people just don't get, and they don't understand it. Like, because they've never been around it. You know what I mean? Like Trevor and I, we got into this. Well, Trevor got into it more than I did, and then I thought, okay, if I get into it, I got a chance to bond with one of my oldest son. You know what I mean, and make memories and stuff like that. And then that happens every weekend, and then it turns into like you become part of the family. You know what I mean? And Ben and Howard and all these guys and Todd out, all these guys at the track, and then we start this, and then we get Jake from CJ. We got Ron Levier from River Valley. We got all these people in here, and
Blake, who we know we've never talked to.
Yeah, right.
And now he's it's we would have never come into contact without actually doing this stuff.
Right, and it's like it becomes such a close family. And then that, if any of those people in that little circle would call them like, "Hey, I'm having this problem," you're going to stop what you're doing. You're going to give them your 100% abided attention. So how that this like how do you get people to understand that and become part of it, because it really is a really fantastic thing that goes on. Not just at the racetrack, but outside the racetrack. Like you and I, we become damn near like brothers, right? And like
you know things about me a lot of people don't know.
Exactly, and you know what I mean. So I mean, there's like things that you know about me that, but we would have never had that. You know what I mean? So I just like to see people experience that kind of stuff and be part of it, and this goes beyond the racetrack, and it goes back. How do you get people to do it besides doing what we're trying to do and talk to people every day? And you got other groups and stuff, that are also trying to do it. Like I know John Levier, man, takes a lot of his personal time, and he goes to all these races and he talks to all these people, and he tries to build that relationship with these people, and we all kind of do that in our own little way. But we just how do we as a group start bringing it together and start getting the crowd bigger and bigger? You know what I mean? I would just love to see it happen.
As I said, what are we adding to the track outside of racing? That's just I'll just say it that way. What are you going to add outside of what's going on in the middle of that track? what's going to draw me there, as I said, it's just the atmosphere, not just the racing, but the atmosphere of the place
Yeah,
is going to bring me there. So I mean, I'll use like that day out at River Valley. You know, they had the fire pit set up. Yeah, hey, we're gonna roast some marshmallows.
sure.
It's just as simple as that. Also, too, you know, like how Jug runs. I think it'd be funny. They got that PA system. Do a dance party. You know what I mean, or
Right.
just something silly. Have a promotional night. You know how they for Halloween everybody dresses up in Halloween costumes. Remember that year they did the fireworks show.
Yep.
They had the fireworks. You could do something like that. You can have a Hawaiian beach night. Everybody dresses up in Hawaiian shirts, or you can do think of baseball. I use baseball as a very good example. So on their weekends they have what, baby? Yeah. Okay, go play. But they do like on their Saturdays they do the bobbleheads, they do the T-shirts, they do things like that. I mean, if we just like I'll say Jug, they do them points races. Uh, hey, let's do a promotion night of I don't know the first 20 people get a T-shirt or whatever, and it's sponsored by blah blah blah.
Right.
Uh, or I don't know, they get I don't know something a free hot dog from CJ's Speedway. They get their hot dog for free, first 10 people through the gates. It doesn't count racers, but fans.
Right. Yeah, I
So,
guess there's a bunch of ways that you can spin it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that's just me, thinking of like promotional ideas of what draws people to the ball diamond on Saturdays on a day game at noon when you've got
Right.
everything else to do outside of who wants to sit in the baseball field. I would, but the casual fan, oh, it's a bobblehead night. That's cool. I want a bobblehead. Or especially if they're only giving it to the first 10 people through the gate or through the first whatever. So, I mean, there's just ideas. I mean, we're
Right. No,
spitballing.
no, no. I get it. It's great ideals. I mean, that's just
Hmm.
hmm.
Yeah. So,
It's just interesting to have this discussion because everybody's got a different way of doing things, and people see things different.
yes,
Beyond
correct.
what I see and what you see and everybody
Hmm.
else.
Hmm. Hmm. But
But
yeah, I mean, yeah, I like,
is so let's get on. We'll leave that for another time as we continue to grow
yeah.
through the years. But is Addie ready?
Yes. Yeah. So, well, she had a dad call me up yesterday. He said, yeah, he was playing around with it. So the one spare cart fired right up full. First pull, blah, 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 ran. The one she's racing, struggle. I'll come to find out that the plug in there is shot. So he
Oh,
went and got a new plug for it, and um, was able to fire it up after that. So it just needed a new plug on it. But yeah, she's ready to go. She got her new seat on there. She's got ordered her new clutch, new chain, a couple new sprockets. It got bearings coming, I think. There's going to be spares, maybe change them out mid year or so. So, but yeah, she's ready to rock and roll.
nice. We're close. I mean, we Trevor's really been close all winter long. It's
Yeah.
me that I've taken my time but we got new bearings in mine and stuff like that. New seat going in.
Hmm.
We're ready. I mean, I'll be ready.
Hmm.
I'll be ready. I was kind of hoping Jug was going to run this upcoming weekend. I'm not so sure now with
Hmm.
the rain that we're getting,
Yeah.
but I mean, even if they're not ready, I'm going to go down and get some racing action. I'm not going to race, but I
Hmm.
ain't gonna have my stuff ready, but I'll go down to CJ and
Yeah.
go down there and watch. I promised him I'd go down there and
Hmm.
I'll go down there and see what he's all about, man. I can't wait, really, to be
Yeah.
honest with
Check it out. Yeah.
you. Yeah,
That's why I'm excited when I get up there to see what's going on, meet some old familiar faces, and say hey. Because it'd be nice, because that'd be about the time everything kicks off anyway. So, um,
yeah. I mean,
be like I never left anyway.
the freaking weather, man. If the
I
weather
know.
would,
So I heard you guys is pretty
she
rough up
would
there
just
at the
become a
range.
race fan for a while, we'd all be happy.
Yeah, yeah. That's,
You know,
yeah. Yeah. Has it been raining all day today and all day yesterday?
it has been raining since Friday.
Really? Ugh. Yeah.
Like it rained all night Friday,
Yeah.
all day Saturday, and then it's off and on here.
Yeah. I know we're supposed to get some thunderstorms come midweek or so like that, but it's been cloudy, overcast. It's one of those where it's overcast, but the UV, that's something we have to watch out for the UV index because it may look cloudy and stuff. You go outside and you're out there for 10, 20 minutes and you're burnt to a crisp and you don't realize it because of the cloud covers and stuff like that. So that's something we just got to watch out for. But
Now, is that all the time down there? Or?
no, not really all the time, but sometime that's what we mostly look for now. Not so much of the temperature. Well, the temperature's been a constant, like 70 to 85. 75 to 85 is what we're normally running right now. But you just look at that the UV index, and if you're right around
Gotcha.
a 8, 9, or 10, you might as well lather up or wear. For me, wear a hat, or you're gonna get burnt pretty rough.
Gotcha. So, are you, Jake? Are you saying that I should just, if Jug doesn't run, I should just bring my helmet with me on Saturday? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think that's what he. Yes, I think he
I
just.
think that's what he's saying. I just want him to clarify
No, don't even clarify. Just do it.
that.
Just show up.
Just show up with their helmet and a pair. I'm here, man. What we got?
Knock on his door. His wife shows up and he goes, "Can Jake come out and play?
Yeah, can you come out and play, please?
Please." See, look, yes, he's fine.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
That's what I would do. We both show up, be like, "Hey, is he allowed to play today?"
We're here for our play date.
Yeah. Yeah,
We got our helmets.
We got our helmets ready to rock and roll. I just don't even show up with a helmet. I'm sure he's got something there. You can use that too.
Right.
Yeah. I was looking for my helmet around the garage. And I'm like, because we went and I bought I didn't buy it, but was it last week? While I was late, as you all know, he's coming back from North Carolina at my wife's father's place and found a airbrush gun.
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting there playing around with the airbrush gun, and I was like, "Man, I want to learn how to do airbrushing." So I was looking around for my helmet. I'm like, I want to airbrush some cool stuff on the helmet. I forgot it up there. It's still up in Ohio. I was like, "Oh crap,
man!"
So,
Dude, I must be becoming a helmet junkie because I was out in my trailer and I've got 3
really?
just for me. And I'm like, where in the hell did I get 3 goddamn helmets at?
I know there was it last year? I can't remember what time it was, but Iron Pony there in Lancaster was running a big sale on full face, full visor helmets for like $25. I think we ended up buying 3 of them. Bought one for we bought 4 of them, and they were
bicycle helmets. Good, man.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Yeah, that hard head of yours, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show up with the bicycle helmet. Good to go, man.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
It was the ringer. Hey, Jeffy Dahmer. Jeffy Dahmer. Oh boy. But no, but yeah, I'm gonna check out. As I said, that Iron Pony. Sometimes they run good specials when it comes.
I don't need no more, man. My wife will kill me. I already got 3.
Well, you need one for every body that you have on that car.
I only got 1 damn body.
That's right. That's right. I'm the one that had multiple ones.
Yeah, you're the one that had multiple bodies, switching them all. Not me, man. I got 1 body with a wrap. And
Well, when you have fiber, 3 of mine were fiberglass, and Addie destroyed that one.
Yeah,
and, she destroyed that one pretty bad. And then that white one that you gave me, it's fiberglass, and it held up all right. That's the one that I have on the cart down here.
I mean they're good. They're lightweight, but I mean if you break them, I mean, you'd be fiberglassing for 2 days.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's another hobby that I've never tried, but I'm sure I'll
Well, I've
dabble
done
in
it.
it. Have
It
it?
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot of dumb stuff, but I haven't tried that. But right now, it's going to be the airbrushing. So, and it worked pretty good. I was out there,
Well,
and,
what got me looking, Shane, is I do a wrap every year, and
mhm.
I'm putting a new one on, and I'm like, dude, some way, somehow, some way, it showed up on my timeline, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, dude, that looks really cool. That's good, really good. And I'm like, I don't need this.
I don't need
I do
this.
not need this. Yeah, like I do not need this for sure. I
Yeah,
don't need this.
yeah. Well, I got that vinyl cutter too, and I'm like, I could use that vinyl cutter to make stencils for this airbrushing, and then
Yeah,
do it
yeah, you
that
could.
way. And it's like, I like that. So
Yeah,
I went and got some cheap paint from Hobby Lobby and was just playing around with it, and it's going to work out. So here soon, I want to do watching some videos on how to do it, how to make stencils, and get see what I can do with it. See what I
yeah.
do with it.
I've never dabbled in that. Of course, I'm not an artist, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to
Yeah.
even really begin. So
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I mean, I used to back in the day, but not anymore. But now it's all just you just make a stencil. Just get a stencil, slap it on there, and then peel the stencil off, and you're ready to go.
yeah, I would screw that up. So I'm not even going to try that.
Yeah,
I
well,
know. I guess I kind of learning as I get older my limitations. I guess.
yeah, I know that too. So, was that a jack of all trades, master of none? That's what I
Yeah,
am.
for sure, for
I'll
sure.
dabble in everything, but I just can't ever master it. So,
Right.
but,
No,
yeah,
like we I what did he say? I missed it here. Yeah, I seen that body from Eminem, and the it really looks nice. And that,
hmm
I mean, that's what I've got on my cart now is the Eminem body, and I like it. I mean, it takes a beating.
hmm
You know, never had a problem with it. I did try. We very first got here. I tried the fiberglass, man, and you get hit the wrong way or bumped the wrong way, man.
yeah,
Your brakes
yep,
and your fiberglass and
yeah. They
then you're
look
all
nice.
itchy afterwards. And yeah, man, I'm not into that stuff no more.
Yeah, that teal one that Addie started the year with, it was nice. It held up all right, and then it didn't.
Right.
When it doesn't, it just falls apart out on the track. So, and that's why I put that white one on the kids cart. So,
Let them beat
when,
it up.
yeah, yeah, but it's sharp. I do like that color scheme though. That's on there, so I'm gonna look at that. And I told you some of the color schemes I'm going to play around with once I get the airbrushing down, see what they look like. So,
Yeah, yeah. Man, I don't know. I think I'm pretty much all ready. I mean, I gotta this next weekend. I got to meet a certain somebody on here, and I know they're listening. I was supposed to do it this weekend, but I got tied up, and I got to get. I finally found a set of Vegas that I'm going to run,
hmm
and I got to pick those up,
oh,
and um, yeah, I pretty much should be ready.
awesome. Yeah,
Probably gonna have to rescale the cart though for sure because I put a new seat in, but
yeah. Have you done yours yet?
I got the seat sitting in inside of it, but I ain't mounted it yet.
Okay.
I don't mean,
I You don't bound it, just run it with it.
yeah, what the hell, safety, man, safety third, anyhow, right?
That's right. That's right. Safety's for quitters.
Yeah, right. Yeah, safety for quitters,
I've always
man.
I've always said if you were if you had an occupation in hell, it would be a safety man.
Do what now,
I said the occupation in hell would be a safety man. If
dude?
you, I hate safety.
Those guys drive me freaking up a wall, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, if you want a lonely job where nobody likes you, become a safety man. That's right.
Yeah, Jay, I love that body style that you got on yours, man. I
mm,
absolutely am a big fan of that. I like that. I really, really do.
hmm
I if I knew that would be okay to run at jug, I would definitely have you make me one, because that would be, I like that body style.
Yeah. What is it? I don't really. I said I see. I ran. What was that Dominator last year at the beginning of the year? That Dominator oil.
Yeah,
It was all right.
I've been using Lucas Oil race oil with zinc in it. Zinc is most oils don't come with zinc anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I've been running, and it's a synthetic. I think it works really well.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I remember because I had a couple cases of that Dominator oil from last year. We had that sponsor, and it was all right. I mean, it was great. I mean, I'm not going to spend. I've never seen no difference in the longevity of the motor or the horsepower. Blah blah blah. So I mean, for me,
I know.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you didn't. You didn't. I was done.
I seen a significant better life with the Lucas oil with zinc in it than I did with what I was using prior. Mm-hmm. Prior to that, I tried a couple different ones. Starts with the H. It's made for like mods and stock appearing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I found that I was like, it broke down faster.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and it's when I switched over to like a Lucas Oil race. It's made for racing, and it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more stickier. It bonds to everything. I found that I mean, you're not supposed, you shouldn't have to change it, but I changed it. I changed it a lot last year just to keep it fresh and not breaking down, because the motors those little ass motors they get hot quick.
Yeah, they do.
And tendency to break down a lot faster. So I've always been on top of changing the oil, but that's what I changed to with the Lucas oil.
See, I went with that. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. On top of my head, it was that purple stuff at Walmart.
Like a Royal Purple.
Yes. That's what I used.
That's really good oil too.
So that's what I used. I used after I ran out of the Dominator oil. I switched over to that, and it worked out great for me. And
that's a good.
It was affordable, and especially running at the end of the 2 carts, and we changed it out after every weekend. So
yeah, and I'm with Jake, man. The Lucas, I just think it's a better oil. Mm-hmm. It's more made for racing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But that Royal Purple is made for racing too. It's good.
Yeah,
oil. It's good oil.
Yeah, that's what I just read about it, and I seen people are using it for I wouldn't call it cheaper, but more of affordable. Yeah, and I'm like, try it out.
Now, I did see earlier in the week. I don't know if this was true or not, but I seen that Thor oil is going out of business, and they're a big race oil for carts and stuff like that. I don't remember where I read that at, but I did see that, and I did want to bring it up. Like, which that's I think the original owner that made it passed away.
Let's see.
That's the reason why.
Trying to see if I can do a screen share like we did at one time.
Yeah. See, even John said he's seen the same thing. So I think it was on Facebook. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think it was on Facebook where I seen it. And you got to take everything with a grain of salt on there, but that's horrible if that's the case, because that was always good race oil for karting, was that Thor. Yeah. I hope it, again, I hope that's not true, but I did read that. Something about nobody else wanted to take it over or like that, and they're just going to close it down, I guess.
Let's see here. Okay.
I do believe it was.
So you're what was you using, the Lucas?
Yeah, I'm using the Lucas oil.
Okay, Lucas Oil. So you're looking at what you paying about $12 a quart.
It sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it's saying on here. $12, and then that Dominant I was using, it was $17 a quart
Yeah.
and then the stuff I switched to, you're looking at $11 a quart. So yeah, I mean, really not much difference between
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you were using and what I was using. $1.98. The difference between the Lucas and the purple
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I used that Thor oil, and I'm telling you, it was good stuff.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
He's
Okay, because
going with
that popped up for a
62R this season.
for
What is 62R?
so for a gallon of that
Oh,
Thor stuff is $36.95. That's not
okay,
bad.
yeah. So John's using the FHS 62R. That's good oil too. Yeah,
Okay.
that's really good oil.
Okay. So yeah. All right.
I don't know exactly what that cost anymore per quart.
Let's see here. Let me try this. I can't remember how I did that screen share last time. Let's see. Let me get back here.
Yeah, John, that's so that's kind of what I was the Lucas man. That's what I kept getting pushed to and kept getting pushed to by other engine builders. So I mean, if that's what they're using, I'm going to start using it for mine. And I used a little bit of it last year, and like I said, I found that it did not break down, and I thought it lubricated a lot better. Now that FHS that he's using, I also used that when I started running mod the first time, and it's really good oil, really good oil.
There we go. Did it work?
Yep, I got it.
Okay. I was just trying to screen share. There it goes. All right. That's
Yeah,
just
see
what I
that
typed.
Thor racing oil
Yep.
there, the third one over.
Yeah,
That's
right
the
here.
one that's really, really good.
It's right
And
here.
yeah, and like John, he said he's seen it too. That they said that it was going out of business, like the owner or something passed away.
Yeah, this is what I was using at the beginning of the season. Right there, I had a sponsor that sponsored like 2 cases of it. And I think I gave you,
Oh, the Amasol oil. Yeah,
a case of that. And then let's see here. What the heck is that? Does that say $160?
which one? Yeah, that's that Whirl purple. It's 12
Yeah.
quarts. Yeah.
Oh, 12 quarts. Okay, duh. So yeah, that's what I used last year at the end of the season.
Yep. Yep. See, even Jake is like, zinc is the ticket. I'm telling you, man. That's one of the reasons why they took zinc out of oil long, long time ago, man. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why.
That's a motorcycle, but still. Let's see here. I just playing around, just scrolling on down through here for see if anything it pops up to you. But that's all I did was just typed in, I said racing oil, 212 Predator engines, and this is what's popping up. So here's some options.
Yeah. I mean, the options are endless, whatever you can afford.
Yeah,
I mean, but
that's 2-cycle. You don't want that.
most definitely, I mean, like a lot of engine builders were pushing me to the Lucas oil with zinc, and I went to it again. That FHS 62 that John is running, that is a really good oil. You can pick that stuff up like that, at BMI and Palmetto Speed Shop. All those all sell that oil.
Let's do this.
But if you can look that up there real quick,
That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see where's BMI at on here. Let's see here. In my cart racing. Here we go. As I said, this is a site I use quite often.
Yeah, it's very popular. Man,
Yeah.
that is a
They're
very
in Ohio.
Yep, they're in Ohio. Dustin Olson can tell you that. He's been there twice already.
Oh, really?
He's never been on the track yet. He's been there twice already. Poor guy.
Let's see here. Let's go down to cleaning and lubrication. Let's see here. Oh, I don't see any oils on here though. These are just chain lubes and carb.
I will
cleaners.
type in their search bar the FHS. I'm pretty sure they sell it. If
There
anybody
we go.
wanted.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Hurricane racing oil, $18 for a quart.
So it's not bad. It's about
It's not
it's a
bad.
little bit
No.
more. It's a little bit more than your Lucas, But I mean, it's supposed to be made strictly for the racing,
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Yeah, $17.95 for the 62R. I mean,
right down there. Yep.
Yep.
Right there. Yeah. It's not bad.
I mean, not bad. Not bad. I
There's
mean,
your-
everything you do in
respect.
racing is expensive, man. You know what I mean? So, I mean, everything you do in racing is, could be costly. You just gotta be whatever fits your budget.
What I say, the difference between a hobby and being competitive, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're 100% right. I mean,
do you want to be competitive or do you want to do as a hobby?
It's whatever your budget can afford, man. I mean, that's how you gotta look at it. I mean, I think we're all that way, It's just whatever your pocketbook can afford.
Let's see here. What else they got in here? Chain lube. I mean, yeah.
They got all kinds of stuff on there, man.
Yeah, they do. This is just for lubrication and.
Yep.
I'll be damned.
They got everything from parts cleaner to your air filter cleaner to.
I like how also too. One thing I like about it's user friendly. Here it's got the part listings, all this, and categorized real nice. As I said, Addie went and bought. Go over here to this chains. She just went and bought this chain right here. The other day, the gold on gold for $20.
Yep.
I think that's the one she went with. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. I mean, even the deluxe chain guard is only $22.95.
Oh yeah. Oh, right there. Yeah, and that's pretty sharp looking too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else they got down here? Chain still not that bad price, $20.
I think they had a part there there a long time ago. I do believe you could have bought it by the foot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You imagine calling, I'd like to have like 30 feet. You know what I mean? And,
yeah. There's all kinds of chain guards.
Yeah, all kinds. Now, see, that's what I like, the aluminum chain guard with the big Bertha.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, it keeps heat away from you a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because you and Trevor like to burn yourselves. You got big old burn marks on your jackets.
It's really good for us, like bigger guys. You know what I mean? Because we're so crammed in there. But
yeah,
that's still, man, that is not a bad price.
I tell you what,
$32.95.
This thing right here was a lifesaver for us too. That chain tool.
Oh, the chain breaker. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and that's not even a bad price. $18.95.
$18, no.
Not bad at all. That's what I'm saying. Like you can you can be pretty competitive and
Yeah.
not break the bank. You just got to
No.
do whatever your budget can afford. Everybody's
Yeah.
budget can still. Yeah, see, even Jason's sitting there saying, still can. It's 10 foot rod. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if you go through a crap ton of chain,
Uh-huh.
or get a bunch of guys together that need chain, and you just buy a whole damn 10 foot of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's see here. And then she went and bought. Let's see here. I think she bought. Here. So yeah, right there's a max torque clutch here. Which one did she get?
you had to get the 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. I think it was this one over here, but she got the 15 tooth. So yeah, 89. Yeah, we were on 14 or 15 out there at Jug. It's done us. It's done us great. I went from 12 to that, and it didn't. I mean, I don't know. I just felt better on that 12, not 12, but on the 15.
On the 15.
Yeah, for me, it felt like it ran better, but it might be just a mental thing. Well, the 12 tooth was right there for 79.
Yes, Jake, you're 100% right. Most everyone has a hole burn in their right sleeve. Yep.
Yeah.
It happens, man. I mean, Trevor's throttles broke a couple times, and that boy drove the cart with a broken throttle.
Yeah.
By reaching over. I mean,
see, what I think would be neat is if you could figure out how to use this right here, where you could make it like a 10-speed bike where you can shift gears on it. Yeah. So this is what I think would be what I would try to use.
The dual sprocket.
A dual sprocket, where I could put a bigger, smaller one, figure out how to change it like a 10-speed bike. Where's that one at? I think I was telling John and Jake since they got them smaller tracks, I would love to try to use it. I can't find it now. That 9 tooth. There's a 10 tooth right there. That's a 5/8, so don't they have a 10 tooth? There's 12 tooth. Somebody's telling me I'm smaller. Go drop down on a 9. I was like, what? So I got that 10. I ran that 10 out of John's, and it was nice. It ran good for me. There
but
it
I
is.
think you'd eat it up, though.
On that smaller one, no, it really didn't. It didn't. Now, if I took it out if I ran that 10 right there out at Jug, nah, I ain't going nowhere.
Wonder what your gearing would have to be.
So I put my gearing at that when I ran out there at River Valley. I think I ran that 1059. I believe it was 1059. And that was a good night when I ran that 1059 out there. And I was wondering if I dropped down to a 9 and run like a 956, how that would do.
Yeah, John, that's what scares me when Trevor does that, man, is like I try to tell him not to do it, just pull off in the infield, but he's too much like me. He's too damn stubborn. Mm-hmm. And I mean, hell, he did it out at your place. So, I mean,
yeah, he did near the end of the night. I felt bad for him that night because what could go wrong went wrong with his cart that night.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I even bought a 17 tooth one day just to try it out. I mean, it was all right. It's just bogging. I was like, wow.
So when you run, let's say you was running a 12 or 13, what would your rear be?
Oh, on a 12 or 13, I'm running a 55 out of Jug. Out on a 12. Right. Yeah, I'm running 55, usually 55 or 56, depending on the condition. If it's sticky and up, and I can hold it, then I'm dropping another tooth. I'm going 54. But if I'm
Really?
kind of sliding around, I'll go up to 56. And that's what it seemed to be working best for me when I ran it that. Now, if I went up to the 55, not 55, but up to the 14, 15, 14, I was running 59, 60, right
Really?
around there. It worked good for me. Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. So, as I said, that was just out there at Jug. Now, John's track out there at River Valley, I noticed that when I dropped it down to the 10:57, 58, 59, right around in those three, I ran. That was the fastest I could get. I could get off the line quick and out of the corners quick on those ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's all throttle on those
Yeah.
smaller ones. It's all like I want the quickest response, and it seemed like
Right.
those gearings for me gave me the quickest response on them smaller tracks. So, but yeah, as I said, it's all preference, you know.
Okay. So next weekend,
Yep.
the next show, we're
Yep.
going to announce. We're going to do
Yep.
a little thing, and people can vote who has the best looking cart,
Yep. Let's do that.
and we will. Shane and I will get you a hat.
Yep.
Sent out to you.
Yep.
Or I can bring it to you wherever you want to do, or send it, however. And let's talk about gearing next weekend.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Let's talk about gearing. Let's keep it going.
I like
And
it. I like it.
Go through there and
Mhm.
let's pick everybody's brain about gearing, and hopefully either I will be at the racetrack at Jug or I will be down at Jake's.
Yep. And I want to see some videos if you're down there next Saturday, Jake's or
Yep.
River Valley. So,
Yep.
but I do know that here shortly I could go clean poop out of a bathtub.
Yep. Yep. Well, we're gonna start closing down the show.
Yep.
I appreciate everybody here.
Thank you, guys.
Especially you old farts talking about dirt cart racing.
Yeah.
And couldn't do it without everybody's involvement. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for being on here.
Yep.
All you guys, John, all you guys being on here. I will get that together and I will have it on late tonight or tomorrow.
And share it too. If you guys see it, share it.
Yep. And if you guys see it, share it.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, I do. I
yes,
have your hat. I do have your hat for you.
Well, he was supposed to leave it up here for me to bring it to you, Jake, but
I might mail it to him.
Town on us. He skipped town on us.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it. So
yeah. So I do
when
have
we
your
see
hat.
him, we'll pick him up and throw him in a mud puddle.
Yes, please do. So I do have his hat. Yes, please do. Yes, I do have your hat for you, Jake. Yes, I do.
But thank you everybody that helps support the show and share the show and likes the Facebook. I know I don't post a lot on there, but it's going to change. It's coming up. The season's coming up, and it's kind of hard. And either way, next weekend I'm either going to be at Jug Run racing, or I'll be down at Jake's with my helmet, and that way I'll experience his track, and I'll take just a crap ton of photos and videos, and I'll start posting that stuff for you guys. And I am working on trying to take phone calls on the show. It's very difficult on the platform, but I'm working on it still. And I'll get that together. Everybody, you guys have a good rest of your night, and have a great week, man.
Yep.
And everybody, get ready.
Get ready.
Here.
It's here.
It is here. It is here.
It is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is here.
All right.
And thank you again. Much love from Flat Cart Mafia to you guys. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great week. See you next week.
See you guys.
See ya.